Hey y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use the calculator to find the line of best fit. So first of all, of course, you need to pull up the calculator. It is already downloaded onto your Chromebook. It's going to look different on yours and mine because I don't have a Chromebook, but down here at the bottom of your Chromebook, there's going to be a calculator. So go ahead and if you click the calculator, this is what our calculator is going to look like. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is always probably clear out that calculator. So in order to clear it out, you're going to hit second plus, and then in this order, 7, 1, 2. Now this is to reset the calculator. This is also just in case you make a mistake and you've pressed too many things and so on. Instead of just shutting the calculator down and then starting it back up, you can go ahead and clear out the calculator and start fresh. So once the calculator is cleared, then you can hit the clear button and you have a blank screen. Okay. So for part of the lesson, you are going to have to plug in a table into your calculator and get the line of best fit. So here's an example table. So we're comparing time studying to the grades. So I need to find the line of best fit for this table. So here are the steps. In your calculator, you're going to hit the Stat button. And then that first option, Edit, is already highlighted. So all you have to do is press Enter. And then your calculator looks like this with L1, L2, and so on. Usually we're just going to use L1 and L2. So as long as L1 is highlighted, you should be good to go. So L1 is going to be our column for all of our X values, and L2 is our column for all the Y values. So that's another thing that you need to look at your table. You need to decide which one are your X's and then which one are your Y's. In this case, time studying is our independent variable, so those are our X's. So those numbers from 10 to 63, I'm going to go ahead and start typing into my calculator. So you can do two things. You can either type on your actual keyboard, or you can just press the buttons and then press Enter. So 10, 12, 13, 17, 45, and 63. So I've typed in all of my numbers here. Make sure to press Enter after each number that you push in. That way you can go on to the next. So I've typed in all the time studying. Now I need to type in the grades. So to get to the next list, I just hit the right arrow key, and then I start typing those in. So we have 65, we have 71, 75, 78, 89, and 94. So I know I'm not going to get an error message as long as all my numbers match up. Let's say I accidentally typed in something extra here. Notice that there's not a number next to that 85, so I'm going to get an error message if I continue. But if I go back and I clear that part out and hit Enter, if I go back, hit the delete button, and then Enter, I should be good to go. All right, so now that I have my table into my calculator, to get my line of best fit, I have to go to Stat again. This time I need to get to Calc. So to get to Calc, I'm going to hit the right arrow key. And then I have this list of things right here. So these are all the different types of equations. The one that we need for the line of best fit is number 4, which says linreg. That just means linear regression. So once I clicked down to number 4, I can hit Enter. Now your calculator should say, for the X list, L1, and for the Y list, L2. Those were the columns that we put into our Stat Edit columns. If it doesn't say L1 or L2, it's a quick fix. All you would have to do is press second, and then 1 for L1, and then enter. Same thing for the Y list. Since I put all the Y values into list number 2, I would hit second and 2 for list 2, enter. So once those are set, I can go down to calculate, and once it's blinking, I can hit enter. So now I have my line of best fit, but it looks kind of crazy because there's a bunch of numbers. So this is the part where you probably want to write down this information. So for my line of best fit, I have two numbers. I have an A and a B. So it has a bunch of decimals, but we are going to always round to the second decimal unless otherwise stated. So my A value is 0.47, and my B value, if I'm rounding, is 66.12. So now that I have my A and my B, I'm going to look at that equation at the top. So this is how we write our line of best fit. Y equals AX plus B. Notice that there is an A and a B, which I now have the numbers. So now I actually have to put the whole equation together to get my line of best fit. So basically, I'm going to put the number that I got for A into the spot for A, and the number I got for B into the spot for B. So when I write that out, I have Y equals, A is 0.47. Next to A, there's an X, so I'm going to make sure I have an X there. Then I have a plus sign, and then I'm going to put the number that I have for B. So that would be 66.12. So this is actually my line of best fit. So now that I have my line of best fit, I need to make sure that I know how to graph this. So this is our equation. So to graph it, we're now going to go to Y equals, which is this button right here. And we're going to type in this equation. Notice that the Y equals is actually already here. So the only part that I actually have to type in is this part right here. So I'm going to start typing in 0.47. Notice there is an X. The X button is right here next to that green button. Then I have my plus sign, and then I have 66.12. I can hit enter. Okay. Once I hit enter, I can actually now go to the graph. Well, there is no graph, right? So to get to the graph, we have to zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to hit the zoom button. And to zoom out, I can hit go down to option 3, which says zoom out, and I hit enter. Notice I have that little blinking dot now. So if I hit enter again, I still don't see anything. So I'm going to hit it one more time. Now I see that line of best fit. Okay, so this is the equation or the line that these data points are kind of going through. But I need to actually see all the points on the graph, and I don't see points yet. So let me show you how to turn those points on in your calculator. So you're going to go to second and Y equals. See where it says stat plot? That's where we want to get to. So in order to get to anything in blue, we got to hit that second button. Now, this first plot is what I need to turn on. So I'm going to hit enter. And notice that the on area is blinking. So to actually turn it on, I need to hit the enter button so that it's highlighted. So now that it's highlighted, if I click back to the graph, I can now see some of those data points that were in this table right here. Okay, so to see them a little bit better, I'm going to hit zoom, and I'm going to go down to option number 9, which is zoom stat. So I can hit enter. And there it zooms perfectly with all my data points, and now I see my line of best fit. So this is going to really help me try to decide what type of correlation is, if it's like strong, weak, positive, negative, all that kind of stuff. So then let's say that the question asks you to take a screenshot of your calculator, because some stuff you will have to do that, okay? So in order to take the screenshot, there's this handy dandy camera. So if I click the camera, it automatically will take a picture. So if this is the picture that I want to use, all I have to do is click on it, make sure it's highlighted like it is in blue here. When I right click, I hit copy, and then I go to wherever I want to paste the picture of that calculator. So I'm going to paste it right underneath my line of best fit. I'm going to hit paste. And there is the graph, or the picture of the graph that I have from my calculator. So make sure to rewatch this video. If you have any questions, email us, let us know.